Hi everyone, today we are doing a client reading, and as always I know the name of the client and they know their name, but I won't be saying it in the video. Now today's reading is a crystal reading, and I don't do those very often, but I want to explain a little bit about them because I don't do them as often as the tarot. The crystal readings are quite different from the tarot. Basically what I see in the crystal are images. They're what I call glimpses. So they're kind of, open to interpretation, much more than the tarot. And the reason I say that is because what you see, it looks like a black and white silent movie. And it may last just a few seconds or sometimes a little bit longer, it just depends. But it's always just a glimpse. So it may not give us quite all the details that the tarot does, okay? Now today's reading is a question reading, and I'm going to go ahead and move to the first question. The client would like to know if they and another person that they are interested in would at some point become lovers, and also friends, soulmates, forever, things like that, and what would the time frame be. So a little about time frames. About the only thing I can come up with for a time frame from the crystal normally is the season of the year. You can't really pinpoint it to a date, okay? Normally, sometimes letters will show up, but you're not going to get the exact day, date, month, and year, okay? All right, so let's start with the first question. Will this happen between this person and the other person? And will they also be friends and things like that, okay? Now I'm just going to turn the crystal until I actually see something, and when I do I will stop and describe what I'm seeing. Sometimes this takes a few minutes and sometimes not. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm starting to get something right about, just up a little more. There we go. Starts out really cloudy. It looks like a fog. Okay. It looks like what I'm seeing is, it looks like the inside of a house. And there's a couch, a chair, and a window, and that's pretty much about all I can make out in the room. It's pretty bright. It's a bright room. And there are two people in the room. One is the client, and the other is definitely the other person they were referring to. And from what I can see, both are in the room, and they seem to be talking and laughing. Yeah, there's definitely laughing, and their mouths are moving. I can't see what they're saying, but there's a lot of laughing going on. It's pretty obvious there's a lot of friendship between these two people because they're really engaging with one another. A lot of talking, more laughing. Okay. All right, now it looks like the client is standing up to leave the room from the couch. She's sitting on the couch, and the other person is in the chair. Okay, he's not leaving. He's going over to the other person. They're hugging. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this definitely is a lot more than just a friendship. That's what's going on. That's what I'm seeing. And now it's actually starting to fade. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, now the other part of the question was the time frame, which we really didn't get from that. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to see if I can find something else, in the future that will tell us what's going on and things like that. And just keep going again. Okay, there we go. Starting to get the fog again. Oh, okay. Okay, it looks like there's the client and this other person are in a car. And as far as time frame, the only thing I can say is that it really looks, you're much older. I would say 10 years from now, at least. Much older, and so is the other person. And you're both in the car together. Let's see, I was trying to see if I can see something out the window as far as time of the year or anything, but honestly, I really can't. It looks like it might be drizzling rain, but that's pretty much all I can see. You are much older. That this person just reached, they're driving. This person is driving. The client is riding. And they just reached out and touched your hand and smiled. But you're much older. Okay, that one is now fading. Okay. All right, now we're going to move to our next question. And it looks like what was going on there is it does look like this is going to be a long-term thing. And this goes beyond just friends, okay? This goes well beyond that. Now, your next question is, you had a question about a person, two people actually, and I'll just say the initials, M, N, and DJ. Would they start seeing each other for sex, love, and eventually marriage? And what is the time frame for that also? And is it possible, you want to know if I can see if they're already seeing each other? Okay. And again, we're turning. Oh, there. Okay, it's starting. You can see the fog. Okay. Okay, it looks like what I'm seeing is it looks like there's a building and a sidewalk, and there are two people that are standing there. They're talking in front of this building. They have their coats on. It must be chilly. But I don't see any snow or anything like that, but it must be chilly. And they're just talking. Okay. Now, it looks like the one that the initials start with PJ, or excuse me, NP, that's what I mean, NP. Okay, that one is walking away. And okay, they're talking on a cell phone, and I'm not sure who they're talking to, but they've got the phone up to their ear. And they look really sad, actually. They look really sad. Okay, now the phone is hung up, and there's going to be a text sent, it looks like, because they're pushing the buttons, or the push in the face of the phone. I wish I could make out what it says, but I really can't. Yeah, I really can't. So what I get from that one's fading now. What I get from that is that I don't think they're seeing each other right now. It looks like one or both may want to, but that's not really happening. Now, I'm going to go on and look for these people again, because I want to see if there's some sort of time frame or what may be happening besides this one encounter that I was able to see. Okay? And let's turn again. Okay, there we go. Something's starting to appear. Oh, okay. Yep, there it is. It's foggy. This, you know, this looks like some sort of, they're inside some sort of building. And yeah, it's some sort of building, and both of those people are now inside the building. They're sitting there. They appear to be waiting for something, and I'm just not sure what it is. There's a door in front of them in the room. It's a waiting room, and it has a door. And there's a window with a glass in it, and there's someone sitting behind it, but I can't make out what they look like. Oh, okay, wait a minute. The door's opening. And it's a judge, I think. They have a really long, like, judge's coat on. Okay, and they're getting up now and following this man through the doorway in another room. And let me see if I can see what's in that room. Oh, okay, I see. This is a marriage, but it's a marriage at the Justice of the Peace, is what it looks like, or a judge of some sort. And, you know, I'm not seeing anything that's shown me a date. There's really nothing that... Everything, I can see things laying on the desk, because he's standing behind the desk and they're in front of it. But I can't really read any of the papers or anything to see what the date is. Okay, that's fading now. The fog's coming back. Okay, well, that still really didn't give us a time frame. I'm going to give it one more look, and hopefully we'll be able to see a time frame. And, you know, I don't know. If I could actually see, like, out a window or something, I might be able to tell the season. The only thing I can say is that they didn't appear to be dressed, you know, really warm. They didn't have coats on or anything, so it would have to be summer, or spring, fall, but I don't know what year. And I may or may not get anything. I never know when it's things like this as far as dates. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of something. A little bit of fog. Let me turn it just a little more. There we go. Yeah, fog. Okay, now it looks like the fog's... I'm seeing a number, it looks like. Just two numbers, though, so I'm not sure what that means. The number 21? Yeah, it's 21. Okay, now it's fading. Okay, I'm not sure what that number means, but it could mean that this marriage will take place in the year 2021. It could mean the 21st day of a certain month, or the 21st year in somebody's life. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting for that. Now, the last part of the reading and the question, the client wanted to know if there were any obstacles or interference in the way as far as themselves and this other person, you know, going forward with the relationship and kind of things like that. So what I'm going to do is look for those obstacles and see if I actually see anything. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, it's starting to show up. Okay. I have a lot of fog. And the fog is clearing, and I'm seeing... Okay, this is odd. What I'm seeing is, actually, there's what appears to be not the client, but the other person. And the dress is really odd. This person has on clothes from like the colonial period, like from the 1700s. And he's standing on a piece of wood or something. And the road looks like it's probably dirt. And there's horses and carriages going by and things like that. This almost, to me, looks like a past life. That's what it looks like. Because it's just too odd. There's a building behind him, and it's definitely from a very long time ago. It's old. It's old. And there are some other people walking down the muddy street because there's dirt everywhere. And, yeah, they're all dressed the same. Now, it looks like... Okay, he's getting near a horse, and it looks as though, yeah, oh, okay, wait a minute. It looks as though the horse, I don't think, now that I see close up, I do not think this is the other person. This is the client. this is definitely the client, because now I can see his face really clear. It is the client, and you're getting on a horse. Now the horse is going down the street, and it's just kind of trotting along. Oh, and there's a little kid. He's a little boy, and he ran out in front of the horse. Oh no! And it looks like the client, you tried to stop, but you couldn't. The horse has trampled this poor child. I don't think he's alive anymore. Okay, it's fading. Okay, it's gone. Alright, that was definitely intense and odd. That is your obstacle, I think, for the client, is that there's a past life where something happened and you blamed yourself, you know, at that time, and you've carried that blame even though you didn't know it. So what I'll be doing to help you is I actually will be doing a cleansing to remove all that karma and things like that, so that everything moves forward as planned. Alright, that does conclude my reading for today. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me, and I do hope to see you all again.